Hi there. We're learning today about regular and irregular polygons. Let me do this chart at first before I start with the questions and the original presentation. So we're talking about polygons, and we have regular and irregular polygons. Okay, so the rules for regular polygons: the exterior angle equals to 360 divided by n, and n stands for the number of sides. This is the first rule. The second rule that you should memorize, that the interior angle is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. And for irregular polygons, we say the sum, which means the addition of the interior angles, is equal to number of sides minus 2 inside a bracket times 180 degrees. And these rules, you must memorize them. This rule is also applicable for regular polygons. The sum of interior angles equals to number of sides minus 2 inside the bracket times 180. So please always bear this in mind when you are calculating missing angles in regular or irregular polygons, or you are calculating a missing number of sides. Okay, so let's start with the presentation based on these three rules. Write down the usual name for a regular quadrilateral and a regular triangle. A regular quadrilateral is the square, and the square has 4 equal sides, 4 equal angles, and each angle is equal to 90 degrees. And a regular triangle is the equilateral, where all sides are equal and all angles are equal. Each angle is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Find the interior and exterior angles of a regular quadrilateral and a regular triangle. So we're going to use the rule, if you remember from here, when we wrote them, E is equal to 360 over N. In a regular quadrilateral, there are 4 sides. So the exterior angle will be 360 divided by 4. And as for the equilateral, we have 3 sides. So the exterior angle will be 360 over 3. Okay, let's apply this. So the exterior angle, E, is equal to 360 over N, or we can write it horizontally as 360 divided by N, which is the number of sides. And if we, like we said, in a regular quadrilateral, there are 4 sides, and 360 divided by 4, it will be 90 degrees. So the interior angle, I, is equal to 180 minus E. So 180 minus 90, it will be 90. Okay, once again, let's apply the rules here for regular equilateral. So 3 sides, it will be E is equal to 360 over N, or we write it as 360 divided by N, which is the number of sides. And the number of sides is 3, so it will be 360 divided by 3. So the exterior angle will be 120. And then we're going to apply the rule, which is I is equal to 180 minus E. Sorry, to 180 minus E. And if we apply it here, it will be 180 minus 120, and it will be 60 degrees. Work out the following angles giving reasons. The exterior angle of a regular hexagon. The name of the shape, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to say here that the name of the shape will, okay, I just would like to, okay, here, let's take this question. And let's work it together here. Okay. Sorry for this. Okay, here, okay. So work out the following angles giving reasons. The exterior angle of a regular hexagon. What I wanted to say that when we're talking about hexagon, we know that the hexagon has 6 sides, meaning n is equal to 6. Cool. So we're going to say, since they're saying it's a regular octagon here, a polygon, sorry. So we're going to use E is equal to 360 over number of sides, and the other rule, I is equal to 180 minus E. Okay, let's substitute here. So what is given in the question? N is given in the question. So it will be 360 divided by 6, and the answer will be 360 divided by 6. The answer will be 60 degrees. So this is the exterior angle. And to find the interior angle, we substitute E in this formula here, 180 minus 60. The answer will be 120 degrees. Okay? So let's get back to the presentation here. Okay, so here we answered A and B. Let's get back to the presentation. So if we have a look, so a regular hexagon, it has 6 sides. So N is known, and that E is equal to 360 over N. So it will be 360 over 6, which means 360 divided by 6, and the answer will be 60 degrees. The interior angle is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. So it will be 180 minus 60, and the answer will be 120. And that's how we display the interior angle and the exterior angle on a regular hexagon. Now, work out the following angles giving reasons. The exterior angle of a regular octagon. How many sides in an octagon? There are 8 sides in an octagon. So N is equal to 8. And since it's a regular octagon, so we can use 2 rules. E is equal to 360 over N, and N stands for the number of sides, and I, which is the interior angle, is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. And let's substitute the N, which is equal to 8. 360 divided by 8, it will be 45 degrees. This is the exterior angle, and the interior angle is 180 minus E. So it will be 180 minus 45, and it will be 135 degrees. And this is how we display it on a figure of an octagon. Okay, a regular polygon has an interior angle of 144, okay? So, okay. Oh, let's try with this. So, a regular polygon. So that's what really matters. A regular polygon. So since it's regular, I will write immediately that the exterior angle equals to 360 divided by the number of sides. This is the first rule. The second rule, I, which is the interior angle, is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. Okay. It has an interior angle. So what's given here? What's given in the question? The interior angle is 144 degrees. So let's substitute the interior angle here. And then we apply opposite operations. So we can say minus 180 on this side and minus 180 on this side. So here it will be 144 minus 180 is equal to, these 180s are going to be cancelled, and here minus E, it will be left. So you will say 144 minus 180, the answer will be minus 36 is equal to minus E. So E is equal to 36 degrees. That's the exterior angle. So we substitute now the exterior angle in this rule. 36 is equal to 360 over n. This means over 1. We're going to apply opposite operation to find the unknown n. So it will be 36 times n, which is 36n, and 360 times 1, it will be 360. Now we're going to divide all by the coefficient of n. So divide all by 36. So it will be 36n over 36. And here it will be 360 over 36. These two 36 are going to be gone. And n, it will be 360 divided by 36. The answer is 10. So this polygon has 10 sides, and the exterior angle is equal to 36, and the interior angle is given as 144. So we found everything that's related to this polygon. Okay, so the interior angle is equal to 180 minus the exterior, and that's what we did. So the exterior angle came down to 36, and that's what we did. We used the second formula, which is E is equal to 360 over n. We substituted the exterior angle as 36, and we found the number of sides as 10. All right. Let's have a look here. Okay. Okay, let's erase this part here. And let's make this clear so that you can copy if you need to copy. Okay, let's have a look here now. Okay, and this is the pen. A regular polygon has an interior angle, and again, I is given here as 150 degrees. How many sides? So, as we know that if it is a regular polygon, we have two rules to memorize. E is equal to 360 over n, and n is the number of sides, E is the exterior angle, and the interior angle is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. Okay, what is given to us? I is given to us, so we're going to go to this formula. We're going to substitute I as 150 is equal to 180 minus E. And then we're going to apply opposite operations to find the unknown E. So we're going to say minus 180 and minus 180. Whatever I apply to the right, I must apply to the left side of the equal. So sorry, I got ahead of. Okay, so let's say here So it will be 150 minus 180 is equal, these two 180s are gone, to negative E. So 150 minus 130, it will be minus 30 is equal to negative E. Accordingly, E is equal to 30 degrees. So we found the exterior angle as 30. We substitute E as 30 here, and it will be 360 over N. Remember, this one, it means 30 over 1. So we will cross multiply. N times 30, it will be 30N is equal to 1 times 360, it will be 360. We're gonna divide all by the coefficient of N. So we're going to divide the left and the right side by 30. So N will be equal to 360 over 30. So N will come down to 360 divided by 30. It will come down to 12. So this regular polygon has 12 sides. Okay. All right. Okay. The diagram shows the exterior angle of a regular polygon. Again, regular polygon here. So we have a regular polygon. We remind ourselves E is equal to 360 over N, and I is equal to 180 minus E. Okay, now the 18 degrees, it represents the exterior angle. All right, so I must go to the first rule. E is equal to 360 over N. The given is going to be substituted in the formula. So E is equal to 18. So instead of E, I'm going to write 18 is equal to 360 over N. So we have an equation here with one unknown, which is N. Remember, 18, it means 18 over 1. Cross multiply. N times 18, it will come down to 18N. And 1 times 360, it will be 360. Now we're going to divide all by 18 to get rid of the coefficient of N, because we're calculating for N. So it will be 360. N is equal to 360 over 18. And if you divide 360 by 18, the answer will be 20. So we have a polygon with 20 sides. And if they ask for the interior angle of this polygon, you're going to say I is equal to 180 minus E. E is 18, so I is equal to 180. We substitute E as 18. So I will come down to 180 minus 18. The answer will be 162 degrees. Okay, let's go to this part here. Can always have a look in an organized manner at what we did in the previous question. And let's solve together the next question. Okay, so here you're going to, the diagram shows part of a regular polygon. Regular polygon, so like I said, remind yourself always when you say regular polygon, you have E is equal to 360 over N. This is the first formula that you should memorize. And I is equal to 180 minus E. That's what we should memorize. The diagram shows part of a regular polygon. How many sides does the polygon have? So 168, it represents the interior angle. So what's given in this question? I is equal to 168. So I must start with this formula then. So I is equal to 180 minus E. Let's substitute I as 168 is equal to 180 minus E. Let's apply opposite operations to find E. So we're going to say minus 180 on the right, and we must apply the exact same thing on the left side of the equal. That's my equal. Okay, so 168 minus 180, the answer will be negative 12 is equal to, the 180s are gone, minus E. So the exterior angle is equal to 12 degrees. Okay, so since I found the exterior angle, I'm gonna go to the second formula. E is equal to 360 over n. Let's replace E with 12 equals to 360 over n. This means over 1, 12 over 1, cross multiply, n times 12 is 12n equals to 1 times 360 is 360. So n is equal to 360 over 12 because we're going to divide each side of the equal by 12 to get rid of the coefficient of n because we are calculating for n. So 360 divided by 12, the answer will be, so the number of sides is going to be 30 sides. Okay, before we actually display once again what we did, before we summarize it, let me erase this and let's summarize once again what we've done so that you truly understand the question. All right, so we're going to say that the formula states that I is equal to 180 minus E, and I in the question as per the drawn diagram is equal to 168. So we're going to replace the interior angle or I by 168 is equal to 180 minus E. And then we're going to apply opposite operations to calculate for E. So we're going to subtract 180 from both sides of the equal. So E will come down to 12. If you substitute the 12 in the equation, you're going to say 180 minus 12. Is it going to be equal to 168? If you get the answer correct, then it means the value of E that you found is actually correct. Now, the second formula that you should always remember when it comes to regular polygons, E is equal to 360 divided by n, or we can say 360 over n. So in order to calculate for n, you're going to divide each side of the equal by, you're going to cross multiply, and accordingly, the n will come down to 30 sides. Okay. 3 identical. Identical, it means the exact same. Regular polygons. And as I explained earlier in the previous questions, when it comes to regular polygons, we should always remember two formulas. E is equal to 360 over n, number of sides, and I is equal to 180 minus the exterior angle. Okay. Now, 3 identical regular polygons are put together at one point. This one, we have a rule that we learned previously. So, angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. Perfect. There is a gap of 36. What is the name of the polygon? So as you can see, when they say 3 identical polygons, it means that I can name this angle as X, and this one as X, and this one as X degrees, because they are identical polygons. And the 4 angles, X, 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 and 36, They are angles at a point. So zzzt. These four angles add up to 360 degrees. How am I going to find the unknown angle, which is the interior angle? How about, we're talking here about the interior angle of these identical regular polygons. How about, okay, let me be more fancy. How about I call this I? This I is the same as this one and the same as this one. So we're finding the interior angle, and along with the 36, they all add up to 360 because they're all angles at a point. Cool. So we're going to write the formula 360 angles at a point add up to 360, and we're going to start with the given angle, which is 36, plus I, plus I, plus I. Which means, in other words, some people, they like to write it like immediately as 36 plus 3 times I. So it will be 360 is equal to 36 plus 3I. So we have an equation now with one unknown, which is I. And in order to solve this linear equation, we are going to apply opposite operations. So we're going to start by subtracting 36 from both sides of the equal. So 360 minus 36, and these 36 are gonna be gone, is equal to 3I. Okay, so 360 minus 36, the answer will be 324 is equal to 3I. Now, in order to calculate for I, we're gonna get rid of the coefficient of I by dividing all by 3. So it will be 324 over 3 is equal to 3I over 3. This 3 is going to be gone with this 3. So, and 324 divided by 3, it will be 108 is equal to I, and this is the interior angle. So we found I as 108. Okay, can we find the exterior angle? So we're going to say I is equal to 180 minus E. So what is I? I is 108 equals to 180 minus E. Let's apply opposite operations. 1 minus 180 on this side and minus 180 on this side. So 108 minus 180, it will come down to negative 72 is equal to negative I. So E to negative E. So E is equal to 72 degrees. There is no angle that has a negative sign. So E is equal to 72 degrees. So since I find E, I can now find the number of sides, right? So here, what is E? E is equal to 72, which is equal to 360 over N. Can we cross multiply now? So N times 72, it will come down to 72N, and 360 times 1, it's 360. You're going to divide each side by 72 to get rid of the coefficient of N. So N is equal to 360 over 72. So N is equal to 360 divided by 72. So we will have a side or a polygon with 5 sides, And the polygon that has 5 sides, it's called what? Octagon. It's called pentagon. Pentagon. So what we found in this question, we found I, that's equal to 108 degrees. We found E, and E is equal to 72 degrees, which is the exterior angle. And at last we found the number of sides, which is 5 sides. Accordingly, a regular polygon that has 5 sides, it's called pentagon. Okay. Three regular polygons fit together at one point without a gap. And one of the regular polygons, so, oops, sorry about this. Okay, let's go here, pen, okay. So we have three regular polygons. So regular polygons, as I said, immediately we can say here, E is equal to 360 over N, and I is equal to 180 minus E. Okay, I just wanna mention one thing here. Here, the subject is E, right? Can I write the subject as N? If I want to write the subject, if I want to make N the subject, so it will be 360 over E. Am I right? If I want to make E the subject here, we're going to say E is equal to 180 minus I. So you can always memorize these two, and you can change this. Sorry about this. Okay. So you can always memorize this, but you can change the subject as necessary. So in here, the subject is E, and we made the subject N here by applying cross multiplication and by applying opposite operations. The subject here is I, but I made the subject E by applying opposite operations, right? So we can say minus 180 minus 180, okay? So to make the subject positive, we need to multiply it all by -1, right? Okay, so three regular polygons fit together at one point without a gap. One is square, so we know that the square, it has N is equal to 4 sides. And we know that the interior angle of a square is 90 degrees, okay? And one is a hexagon. The hexagon, N is equal to 6 sides, okay? How many sides does the third shape have? So this third shape here, okay, let's give it X, the angle. And these three angles here, they are angles at a point, they add up to 360 degrees. Okay? Now, if you don't remember the hexagon, the interior angle of a hexagon, so we're going to talk about the hexagon on its own first. So N is equal to 6. Okay? And we're going to use the first formula. E is equal to 360 over N, which is equal to 360 divided by 6, and the answer will be 60 degrees. This is the interior angle. The exterior angle, sorry. It's 60 degrees. Okay, the interior angle is equal to 180 minus the exterior. So it will be 180 and we substitute the exterior as 60. So the interior will be 120 degrees. And this is I. Okay, so we have N for the hexagon. N is equal to 6. E is equal to 60. And I is equal to 120. For the square, we know that the interior angle is 90 and the exterior angle is 90 as well, and it has 4 sides. Okay, and we know for a fact that the 3 angles, which is for the hexagon, the interior is 120, and for the square it is 90. So the 120 and the 90 and the x, they are all angles at a point. So we're going to say they add up to 360. So 360 is equal to, the given angles are 90 plus 120 plus the unknown angle, which is x, is equal to 360, right? Let's simplify now. 90 plus 120, they will come down to 210. 360 is going to come down as is plus x. Now we are going to apply opposite operation. So minus 210 minus 210. So these 210s here, 360 minus 210 is equal to x. So 360 minus 210, so x is equal to 150 degrees. So this interior angle is 150 degrees, right? Okay, so for the third polygon, I'm going to erase this so that I can continue my work here. Okay, so for the third regular unknown polygon, we found the interior angle as 150 degrees. So if I substitute here to find the exterior angle, I'm going to say 180 minus 150, and this will come down to 30 degrees. So the exterior angle is 30 degrees. How can I find the number of sides? I'm going to use the rule number 360 divided by E. So it will be 360 divided by 30. So N will come down to 12 sides. So this unknown regular polygon, it has 12 sides. The exterior angle is 30 degrees and the interior angle is 150 degrees. Okay, say and give a reason whether each angle is the interior angle of a regular polygon. If whether each angle, so these angles are Sorry about that. As per the question, and we always have to read the question carefully, those angles are interior angles. And they're asking us to tell if these angles are angles for regular polygons or not. Now, as you remember, when it comes to regular polygons, I have to memorize two formulas. E is equal to 360 over n, and I is equal to 180 minus E. Okay? All right. So, let's say if I is equal to 110, which is the interior angle, right? Then the exterior angle is equal to 180 minus I. So 180 minus 110, it will be 70 degrees. Accordingly, n is equal to I'm just going to explain this one more time here before. So we said we memorize the formulas for any regular polygon as following. E, which is the exterior angle, is equal to 360 over n, which is the number of sides, and the second formula, I is equal to 180 minus E. E is the subject here. If I want to make n the subject, then the formula will become as 360 over E. How is that? I can explain further, to be honest. So we're going to say that this one is over 1. If we cross multiply, so E times N, it will be E times N, which is equal to 360 times 1, it's 360. I want to make N the subject, so I will divide all this by E. So, right? So, E times N over E is equal to 360 over E. The E's are gone, so N is equal to 360 over E. So I made here N the subject. And here, if I want to make here is I the subject. If I want to make E the subject, then I'm going to say plus E to make my subject positive. So it will be I plus E is equal to 180. Remember, I want to make E the subject. So minus I. So the I's are gone. E is equal to 180 minus I. So I made E the subject. So here I'm finding N, so I'm going to use this formula as 360 over E. And we found E as 70, so it will be 360 divided by 70. So N is equal to 5.1428, blah, 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 blah. So this is not a regular polygon because the number of sides cannot be a decimal number. It has to be a whole number. So since N is not a whole number, then this is not a regular polygon. Okay. All right. Let's do the exact same thing for the next one. Okay, let's do the exact same thing. So here we're going to 120, so the interior. So if I is equal to 120, then I can find E. E is equal to 180 minus I. So that's what's given in the question. So I'm going to substitute I in this formula, 180 minus 120. And E will come down to 60 degrees. And let's find the number of sides of this polygon in order to test if it is a regular polygon or not. So it will be 360 is over E. Let's substitute E in this formula. So it will be 360 divided by 60. And the number of sides will come down. 360 divided by 60, the number of sides will come down to 6. And as you can see, n is a whole number, so it is a regular polygon with 6 sides. Okay. All right. Let's erase this. All right, and let's do the 130 now. So if I is equal to 130 degrees, then we can find E is equal to 180 minus I. This is the formula. So E is equal to 180 minus 130. So E will come down to 50 degrees. And then we are going to find the number of sides by using the formula. N is equal to 360 over E. So E is 50, so 360 divided by 50. 360 divided by 50, the answer will be 7.2 sides. And this is a decimal, not a whole, so this is not a regular polygon. A regular polygon has a whole number of sides. Okay? And you can carry on with the 140 and 150 on your own. In fact, before, just sorry about this. So this was the one that we're talking about. So we've done in details for the 110, 120, 130. It's not an interior angle to a regular polygon in the first one. The second one, it was a regular polygon. The third one, since it has a number of sides 7.2, then this is not a regular polygon. And then for 140, it will have a number of sides that is equal to 9. So this is a regular polygon. A heptagon has 7 sides. So a heptagon has 7 sides. So in this question, so what is given in this question? N is given in this question, which is the number of sides. And since it's a regular polygon, then there are 2 rules that I should rely on, right? Which are E is equal to 360 over N and I is equal to 180 minus E. Okay, let's apply these 2 rules here. So E is equal to 360 over N is equal to 7. So we substitute the 7 and accordingly the exterior angle is 51.4. Then we're going to use the second formula, I is equal to 180 minus E. So let's substitute E as 51.4. So the interior angle will come down to 128.6. Okay, how many sides does a regular polygon have if it has? So regular polygon, it means that the 2 rules I know are applicable on this polygon regardless of the name of it or the number size of it. So the 2 rules are E is equal to 360 over N and I is equal to 180 minus E. So the exterior, if the exterior angle is equal to 5, so E is equal to 5. So we're going to replace E with 5 equals to 360 over N. And if you apply opposite operations, you're going to end up with N is equal to 72. Or the formula is written as the subject E in terms of subject E. Okay, so I can change the subject to N. I can make N the subject. If I make N the subject, then the formula will become 360 over E. And that's how I find the number of sides. Then the second formula, I is equal to 180 minus E. So E is known as 5, so if I subtract it, the interior angle will come down to 175. In number B, they're telling you that I, which is the interior angle, is equal to 178. So I will write the formula, I is equal to 180 minus E, or I can say that E, if I want to make E the subject, E is going to be equal to 180 minus I. So if I substitute the given angle, which is I, in the formula, then I will find E as 2. Then I will use the second formula. I know the exterior angle is equal to 360 over N. And if I want to make N the subject, the formula will become N is equal to 360 over E. So if you do that, then N will come down to 180. Okay, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you understand regular polygons well, and please do watch this video a couple of times if you feel if you need to, until you nail this concept. Thank you, and I will see you in the next record for irregular polygons.